Good morning and happy Friday. As you can hear, my dogs are having a good time in the backyard. They're going to keep barking. Today is May 1st. It is our 30th day of at-home instruction and the end of our 6th week of distant learning. I wanted to show you 2 weeks ago, I planted some seeds in the ground, just 2 weeks ago. And also, look how big the tomatoes are getting. They're not growing as fast as the squash, but still, after 2 weeks, this is fun. You still have time to plant seeds of your own. And if you can't get to the store to buy seeds, you can always use seeds from your fruits and vegetables at home. Fruits take a long time to show growth, but if you have a tomato at home, you can plant the tomato seeds and you should see results in a couple weeks. I suggest you give it a try. Now let's go inside and start learning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is our last day to do the letter X. So let's make it our best. We're going to start at the happy face. We're going to go diagonal all the way to the bottom line. Lift our pencil, go back up to the top, right where we left off, and go diagonal. Diagonal, lift, diagonal. Our cross between the lines should be at the dotted line or close to it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Diagonal, lift, bring back up to the top, diagonal. Diagonal, lift, diagonal. Diagonal, lift, diagonal. You guys should be X-perfectionists by now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll make my 7 right here. And that means I have only one capital X to do down below. There's number 8. And I can start in on my lowercase letters. Wow, you guys are really good. Remember lowercase letters. Start at the dotted line and go all the way down to the solid line at the bottom. So starting at my happy face, I'm going to go across, lift my pen, put it directly up above where I was before, and cross. Cross, cross, diagonal, diagonal, cross, cross, diagonal, diagonal. I think I can fill up this line, and then when I fill up this line, I'll count and see how many I have. Remember, we've been trying to do 8 because that was the month of April. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I got 8 in there. So I got my capital X's and my lowercase X's. Now, ladies and gentlemen, while you're still here on X's, let's get an index card. And moms and dads, I wrote on the back of the index card some things that happened this week, like we had a heat wave and I got lots of sewing done. The plants that we planted are growing, and we have a turtle pond and we leave the turtles in the house for the winter because it's too cold for them to be outside. But it's been so warm that I set up the turtle pond and my turtle is going to go back outside soon. So write down some notes about what's going on in your world, and we are going to do our very best letters, Super Preppies. This is you guys, your very best capital X and your very best lowercase x. So now we have another page to add to our book. This one has memories of the week, birthdays, important events, things that have been happening. Put them on the back and you guys can save them. That's it for the letter X. Let's head over to the calendar. Well, before we start calendar, I want to have a little quick announcement to Miss Elise. I wrote you your letter on Monday, and in honor of you, I'm wearing my Mabel Payne Elementary shirt on Friday. Remember, guys, if you can wear your spirit wear on Friday, you probably should. Show your spirit for your school and look forward to returning when we get to. So here's to Mabel Payne, guys. Now, also, some things have happened in my calendar. What happened to all my numbers? Well, we started a new month. So I have a new month up here. Can anyone tell me what that is? Sound out the sounds. M makes a mm sound. And the A and the Y, they work together. You're going to be learning this in kindergarten. But the A and the Y work together and they make an A sound. So if you take the M and the A and you put them together, A, May. Oh, this is the month of May. So we have January, February, March, April, May. Ooh, not bad. Now, I have no numbers up here and no pattern. So it's going to be really difficult when we get to that. But quickly, before we do that, let's do our Days of the Week song. You guys ready? Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. So let's do, well, I can't do the pattern because you don't know. It's no longer rainbow umbrella raindrops. So I'm going to put out my first one, and I'm going to put it on what today's day is. Today is Friday. We'll talk about that in a minute. So I can't use any of these days because they were April. They were the end of April. So I'm going to put up my very first number. And my pattern so far is white flower or a daisy. We call that a daisy. So our very first pattern is daisy. Do you know what comes next? Me neither. We don't have enough information. Sometimes with patterns you have to wait until there's enough out there for you to know what the next one's going to be. Now, super preppies, are you ready to count? Are you ready? 1. Okay, we're done counting. Okay, that was kind of easy. But we'll make it harder as we go along. Let's discuss what today is. Today, right here, and I'm going to follow it straight up. It has a Friday. Today is Friday. Now I'm looking at my yesterday, and yesterday was April, and I don't have anything to hang it on because all my April numbers are gone. So I'm just going to tape this up here. Yesterday was, remember the TH together, you have to stick your tongue out, Thursday. So yesterday was Thursday, and now we have to look at what tomorrow will be. Take my tomorrow, and I'll put it right here. Oh, I'm going to go straight up. See, I don't have to go very far. Boop, I'm up. And I see S-A-T, at Saturday. Ooh, tomorrow will be Saturday. And that's the beginning of our weekend. So I guess it's time for us to go out and take a look at our weather. I definitely see a change from yesterday. Yesterday when we checked the sky, it was bright blue, nothing in the sky but pretty sunshine and bright blue sky. Today it's a little different. Come on inside and we'll take a look at our choices. And we have partly cloudy, sunny, rainy, windy, snowy, and cloudy. Now, what do you think the weather is? You know, I know later today it's going to be just pure sunny, but for right now, since we have sunshine and clouds, I'm going to go with partly cloudy. So our calendar is done. It's our new month. It's May. Our calendar looks really empty compared to the way it looked yesterday. But don't worry, we're going to fill this one up too, and maybe tomorrow we'll be able to figure out the pattern. Let's do some math. Well, our last book of the month for April, even though this is technically May 1st, April we were studying insects. Well, we have a good book called On Beyond Bugs, all about insects. This is written by Tish Rabi and illustrated by Aristes Ruiz. Sorry, I know I messed up your name, Miss Ruiz. All right, so let's see what we can learn about insects. I'm the Cat in the Hat, and I'm glad that I found you. Right now, if you look, you'll see insects around you. They live in the water, the earth, and the sky. Just wait, and you'll soon see an insect go by. There are millions of them. I will show some to you. Your mother will not mind at all if I do. Most insects you'll meet have hard shells and lay eggs. They have wings and can fly, and they all have 6 legs. This is a praying mantis, and I've actually seen them out in my yard before, so you should take a look. Butterfly, seen lots of those in my yard. Grasshoppers I don't see too much of, but they're still out there. I see lots of ladybugs and black ants in my yard, so take a look for some of them. Spiders aren't insects. This news couldn't wait. Instead of 6 legs, every spider has 8. If you look at an insect up close, you will see that its body is in parts, and each insect has 3. First the head, then the thorax, and here at the end is the longest part, which I call the abdomen. See, the head and the thorax are really close to each other, and then the abdomen's far out on that cricket. Insects cannot see all the things that surround them, so they each have two feelers to touch what's around them. We call those feelers antennae or antennas. An insect has feelers on top of its head. Some look like a thin piece of thread, while others look more like feathers instead. We wish we had feelers, but we don't have any. You can also call feelers by this name, antennae. Watch an insect and see all the things that it does. Some can swim, jump, or crawl. Others chirp, flash, or buzz. You see all these really cool insects? We have a diving beetle, a flea, a caterpillar, a cricket, a firefly, which they don't live in California, at least not around here. I would love to see a firefly at night. And a bumblebee. Birds and frogs look for insects in order to eat them. So insects work hard to make sure they don't meet them. Some, like this wasp, have bright colors that say, "Don't come near me. I'll sting you, so just stay away." This moth's wings are colored to look like the tree it is resting upon, so that no one can see it. Oh, that's cool. The spittlebug sits and he spits out a bubble. It's wet and it's cool, and it can save him from trouble. For when he's all covered in bubbly foam, if a hungry bird comes, he thinks nobody's home. Here is a riddle I learned from my mother. How's a skunk and a ladybug like one another? Oh my goodness, I have no idea how a skunk and a ladybug are like each other. When danger is near, it's easy to tell. They suddenly give off a terrible smell. Really? Ladybugs give off a smell? Not that I want to scare a ladybug, but I kind of want to see what their smell is like. These busy insects are my friends, the ants. They like to eat seeds, other insects, and plants. Ants are so strong they can lift things that weigh over 10 times their weight, and they do it all day. So if you were as strong as an ant, you would see that you could lift up 10 cats in tall hats easily. Oh, I don't know that anyone is strong enough to lift up 10 cat in the hats. I don't know. Watch these honeybees, and I'm sure you'll agree that these bees are as busy can be. Worker bees collect food and they keep the hive clean. They protect it from danger and wait on their queen. She must stay in one place. It is her job to lay dozens and dozens of eggs every day. Wow. When a bee has discovered where food can be found, she goes back to her friends and starts dancing around. First she wiggles, then waggles in circles, and so all the other bees know which direction to go. That's actually true. They do dances in the hive that tell the other bees where to find good pollen for honey. We can grow lots of flowers with help from the bees. They store dust from each flower in the back of their knees. This dust is called pollen. Next flower they find, when they land on it, they'll leave some pollen behind. This is called pollination, and it makes new seeds that grow even more flowers, which everyone needs. Some insects I know can be unwanted guests. Fleas, flies, and mosquitoes can really be pests. Fleas live on cats, dogs, rats, hamsters, and mice. Their bite is quite itchy, which isn't too nice. But they're wonderful jumpers. Why, if we were fleas, we'd jump over a house, and we'd do it with ease. He's saying that fleas can jump so high, way higher than they are, that if we had the same abilities, that we'd be able to be down at the bottom here and jump way over the top of our houses. Wow, fleas really are pretty powerful. Have you ever wondered, why does a fly buzz? Well, it beats its wings fast, and each time that it does, its wings make a sound that you can hear in your ear, and this sound lets you know that there's a fly flying near. The buzzing from flies is their wings moving. Here's a fact about flies that we both thought was icky. They can walk upside down since their feet are so sticky. Ugh, I'm glad I'm not a fly. I don't think that mosquitoes are very polite. When they're hungry, they land, and they sting when they bite. But it's only the female mosquitoes that do. Male mosquitoes will never come bothering you. Well, I don't like girl mosquitoes because they love to bite me. Caterpillars do something you might think is strange. They start out as one thing, then one day they change. Some spin a small house on a branch just like this. And this home that they make is called a chrysalis. If you watch it, you'll see when a few weeks go by, it turns into a beautiful new butterfly. Here's a quick fact we both thought was neat. Butterflies can taste their food with their feet. On warm summer evenings, you might see the light of fireflies flashing off on in the night. They are like tiny flashlights that float in the sky, and if you want to catch them, it's all right to try. Use a jar with a lid, watch them glimmer and glow, then open the jar up and let them all go. You know, that really applies to all insects. You can look at them, you can examine them, you can get a magnifying glass out and really stare at them, but they are insects. They're not pets. So when you're done examining them, you really should let them go. All day and all night on the ground and the air, insects are moving around everywhere. It's important for us to keep learning about them. The butterfly, ladybug, ant, and the bee make everything better for you and for me. Wow, and then this last page has what's called a glossary, which is a tiny dictionary that only applies to words you find in the book. So abdomen, chrysalis, hive, insect, pollen, pollination, and thorax are all words. I hope you guys enjoyed this book. Well, even though this is the first day of May and we should move on to our new number 9, we're going to save that for next week since this is a Friday. And we're going to review all of our numbers. So on a piece of paper, we're going to write the numbers 1 through 8 really big and really neatly down the paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, there we go. I got my numbers 1 through 8. Now on the first one, I'm going to put one shape. We call that a dot. On the next one, I think I'm going to grab a new color and I'm going to do 2 shapes. You guys remember what these are called? That's right, these are squares. Almost a square on that one. That one's a little big. On the next one, I'm going to do another shape. Do you know what this shape is called? See if you can draw the shapes next to your number. On the next one, I'm going to, oh yeah, triangle, you're right. On the next one, I'm going to do this shape. Do you know what this shape is? That's right. I have to make sure I have 4 of them. Those are circles. For the next one, I'm going to do, and this one may be tough to do. Maybe you could have mom, dad, brother, or sister explain to you how to make stars. Or you can just go like this. That's a good star too. You can make stars like that. So I've got my 5 stars. Now for number 6, I'm going to do the long, skinny shapes that are close to squares, but they're a lot longer than squares. Uh-oh, I don't know if I can get all of mine together on here. I'll put another one down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I got them all. For my next one, number 7, I'm going to make, they look like eggs. They look like I took a circle and I squished it. These are called what, Super Preppies? They're called ovals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got my ovals in. And for number 8, I think I am going to do, oh yeah, hearts. See if you can do different shapes for the different numbers. I don't know if I'll be able to get all my hearts in. I may have to go down to the next row. Let's see if I got them all in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got them all in. So for math today, we are just practicing numbers 1 through 8 as a quick review. And when we started on Monday, we'll be working on the number 9. Whole new month, whole new number. Now it's time for our arts and crafts or physical education segment. And for this one, parents, it's going to take a little bit of setup. I used some string because today in science, we're doing our final review for insects, and today it's spiders. So I made a spider web obstacle course in my hallway. It's really easy to set up, it just takes some time. And I will tell you from experience, you're going to want to keep the web low to the ground. You don't want the kids crawling, although they'll certainly try it. But you want it low enough to where they can lift their knees and get into the web without touching the web. And to make it more fun, if you look way at the end of the hallway on the cabinet, I've taped a treat, a snack for the kids. So that way they have something to work toward. Now, Super Preppies, you are going to pretend to be a fly. You have to get through the spider web to get what you want, the treat at the end of the hallway. But here's the rule, and this is the toughest rule. You cannot touch the web. Because if a fly touches a web, they'll pull on the web, and the spider, even if they're not visible, you can't see them, they're off to the side, they'll feel the motion in the thread and they'll come out and get you. So let's see. I don't know if Miss Mary can do this, but she's going to try. Let's see if I can walk down the hall and not touch the web. Oh, I already touched the web. But let's see if I can keep going. Oh man, that was a big touch. Parents, you're going to want to make it probably a little less complicated than this one is. Oh, no. Oh, man, I'm really doing bad as a fly. This one's a high one, too. I got my one foot in. Let's see if I can get my other foot in. It really takes balance and concentration. I think I'm finally getting it. I'm using the walls to help me stabilize, but that's okay. Gotta go really carefully. All right, now I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I got super long arms, so I can reach the snack without going to the end. Let's see if I can get back. Parents, if you want to make this harder, you can make it higher up in the hallway and have the older kids try it too. Maybe with the goal of, so you touch the web, but you can't knock the web down. So let's see. Okay, I'm not doing too bad yet. I haven't touched it on the way back. Let's see if I can go the whole way without touching it on the way back. Oh my goodness, this spider web is proving to be trickier than I thought it would be. But I'm not doing too bad on the way back. Big step. Uh-oh, I touched it a little bit right there. Up. And I made it through the spider web. See if you can. It may take more than one try to do it without touching the string. I hope you enjoyed the hallway spider web. I have one more thing, and that's our website for the day. Oh, you caught me eating my snacks from the spider web. Seems like everyone in my family wanted to try that. The cat walked through it earlier today. The dogs just walked right under it. Even my son tried it. I hope you guys have fun with the spider web hallway. And the website today is 20 fun spider facts. You're going to find it on a website I've already mentioned once before, preschoolinspirations.com. You're going to want to go down to the search bar and type in 20 fun spider facts. It's going to give you some really good spider facts that the kids will be interested in. And I'll tell you what I told you before, parents, spend some time on preschoolinspirations.com. Activities galore on every subject you can think of. Definitely a place to go to. And while you're there, why don't you type in the search bar oceans, because that's going to be our May science concept, is the oceans. So have some fun with this, Super Preppies. Make the spider webs. Try to get through the spider webs. Don't let the spider catch you. Happy Friday, and we'll see you next week when we really start our May activities. Goodbye.